No, ask him. I don't know.
Well, Conor, obviously welcome to the press conference. I just did want to ask you, I mean, certainly a major day here, a big press conference. You know, there's been a lot of talk that maybe there's tension between you and the UFC, or you see McGregor Sports and Entertainment as a brand that can be on par with the UFC or beyond that. Is your tardiness here today any type of a message, any type of leverage, negotiation, anything like that?
No, wow. New microphones and everything. 2015 was a damn good year of business. We've got the good microphones and all this year. No, business is phenomenal. I mean, all you got to do is look back at last year for myself and the company. There was nothing about tardiness. I apologize for my timekeeping. I do not wear watches to tell the time, so I operate on my own time. But I am here now, and I apologize, and here we go.
Fantastic. Well, now that you are here, why was this the right fight? You certainly had a lot of options on the table. You know, defend the belt at 145. Nate's calling you out. I mean, everybody wanted to fight you. Why was this the right fight to make?
You know, I chose this one because I came into this promotion as a two-weight world champion. I had always wanted to replicate that. That was the goal. Create history, continue to create history. And this man across from me has a title. He has nothing else but that. He is a free TV fighter. He has nothing else to offer me except that gold belt. So that was the simple decision. There were many other options, you know. Frankie has a little bit of desperation about him or something. I don't know. He went 0-2 in lightweight, got the chance to fight for the featherweight title and got the head slapped off him, and then now is running around begging, and it has a stink of desperation off of it. So I'm just going to leave him sit for a while. Nate, you know, I like the way Nate came in his last fight. The previous fight before that, he came in sloppy, really badly out of shape, whining and complaining about everything, and then came in and put on a performance like that. He went back to the bottom of the pile, but he came in this last fight in shape. He played the game a little bit more, so, you know, I can give respect to that, and we'll see where it goes. But I will go through every single one of them. Make no mistake about it. Rafael is next, and that is it. More gold belts.
And can I just quickly ask you how you're going to approach your weight for this? Because people are seeing pictures of you, say you look bigger, maybe a little more muscular. How are you going to approach this, and are you thinking about a return to 145? Are you making sure that your body stays in a position that you can defend both belts, or is there a possibility that if you get this belt, 155 is your new home?
I'm an active champion. I will fight in many weight divisions. You know, as it grows and all of this forms now, I like the sound of that 170-pound title as well. I've got to be honest with myself. I feel I can take down them 3 gold belts. So, and I feel I can do it by the year's end.
That's just quickly for Rafael. When this fight came together, I mean, you guys obviously had an exchange at a press conference last summer. Was this a fight you were thinking about? Was this a fight you really wanted and hoped would happen, or is it just kind of what was presented to you?
Yeah, actually, I'm 155.
I made this fight.
And
I made everything got to do with this. I put him in that seat. I tell him what to do.
I just think about, you know, people in my division. This guy, he 145-pound champion, and whatever try to step on my division to try to take my belt away, I will make sure I will keep my belt. But man, I'm here, you know. He's a challenge. I'm the champion.
Because we put you there.
And he's a smart
because
guy.
I put you there.
He doesn't wanna fight for his 45 or for his featherweight. He don't want to put his featherweight belt in the line.
I see a gazelle up here.
If he lose, he don't have anything.
I see a gazelle up here, limping.
And so smart. He's trying to go up.
Old gazelle.
I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna send him back to 45, and he's still champion.
And last question, Rafael. You know, you're not a guy that's talked a lot throughout your career. How difficult is it right now? I mean, you see, you know, Conor's been a master of mental warfare throughout his career. He's going at you right now. How difficult is it to keep your focus, and do you feel like that's going to be a big key in the lead-up for this fight is maintaining focus and not getting into a war of words?
I'm not a trash talker. You know, I respect my opponents, and I'm just I talk the truth. You know, I don't trash talk. I just talk the truth. And March 5th, and I will send this guy back home sad, and I'm gonna keep my belt. You know.
I'll send him back home to California. He's home. You know, I swear to God, UFC 189, I fought Jose Aldo. I KO'd the country of Brazil's true champion. And seeing how he handles himself, how his team handles himself, they never learned the language of the oppressor. He never came to America. He trusted in his people, unlike this guy standing across from me. And that's why the people of Brazil love Jose Aldo. That's why when Jose Aldo steps off a plane, the country of Brazil greets him regardless of result. We're sending Rafael on a 4-day media run throughout Brazil in a couple of weeks, and we've got to book him a hotel. I've got to book him a hotel in his own home country. So that should tell you all you need to know. He will never step off a plane and receive a hero's welcome in the country of Brazil because he ran from the country of Brazil. He didn't trust his own. And that's why Jose is the true champion in his country. And this guy in Brazilian lingo is a gringo. And that is the truth.
Okay, Dana, question for you and for Conor both on the timing here with him holding, if he wins this fight and holds 2 belts, when are you going to expect him to fight at 145 again? Are you going to put a time? Yeah, you're going to put a time frame on him on when he needs to defend that belt as well?
Yeah, well, it's going obviously this fight has to happen. We'll see what happens. Listen, when everybody asks me why I would let Conor hold 2 belts when we've never done it before, because Conor has kept his word on everything he said he would do. He was a little late to the press conference today, but other than that, he's kept his word and done everything that he said he would do since the day he set foot in here. He said he will fight 4 times a year. He really likes money, and I believe that he will do. I believe he will do it. So,
but no time frame on. He's going to have 6 months to have to.
Yeah, listen, cut out all this other stuff and I'd go through the whole roster in 4 months. And I tell you that right now, I'll whoop every single one of them inside 4 months if you cut out all this other shit. Bring me in, weigh me in, and I'll fight the next night and wipe out the entire game inside 4 months.
And finally, real quick for Holly Holm, question, why right off the bat you're taking on somebody as talented as Miesha Tate? Why not take an interim fight beforehand, but taking on her seems to be a big challenge for you, certainly.
It's absolutely a challenge, but the way that I've kind of mentally taken my whole career is to make sure and take the challenges that are ahead of me. And the reason why I'm sitting here right now with the belt is because I took the challenge ahead of me when they said Ronda's next. A lot of people didn't think I was ready, and I thought, you know what? This is the opportunity that's next, and I don't want to run from it. So this is the opportunity that's next for me. It's Miesha Tate, and she's a totally different fighter. She's very good in the scrambles, and she's technically had more ring experience than Ronda. So there's just different things that she brings to the table, and it is a huge challenge for me. But that's the way I like to go. I want to feel like I'm up against the best because that's what brings out the best in me.
Question for Conor McGregor. Conor, UFC 200's coming up in July. We're talking a lot about your long-range plans. You never shy away from planning for the future. If there's no, injury or anything like that holds you up after UFC 197, can you say you would fight at 200? I'll
be fresh after 197. I believe I will dust Rafael inside 1 minute. He is a slower, sloppier version of Aldo. He's like a bum version of Aldo. So I believe in absolutely everything. I believe inside 1 minute I will dust him. I will exit the contest fresh. I will cash the check. I will sign the next contract for UFC 200, the brand new MGM, and we'll go again. 2015 was my year. 2016 is also my year. Every year is my fucking year.
Question for Rafael Dos Anjos. Your path to the title was through wrestling. Obviously, that was a big key to your victory over Anthony Pettis. Do you anticipate that that's going to be a key component to defeating Conor McGregor?
I'm a complete fighter, man. I fight standing, I fight on the ground. I think my history talk by itself. I beat Ben Henderson, Nate Diaz, Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone twice. And I fought better guys. I fought taller guys, stronger guys.
Donald don't want to fight. Donald, that wasn't a TKO. That wasn't a finish. Donald quit in there. looking at that, it was an early finish for Dos Anjos against Cerrone. But looking at that finish, my God, as far as finishes go, it was one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. He was swinging wild. He hit nothing but shoulder. He almost lost balance. He was swinging that wild in there. He was hitting glove and then looking at the ref saying, "Ref, please stop this fight. Please get me out of here." And then the ref obliged and stopped the fight for him. So it was a very weak finish against Cerrone. So you can talk about your wins and losses, but at the end of the day, you've tasted that darkness of being KO'd stiff, and you will taste it again on March 5th.